Hi folks, it's Simon at Health and Fitness Scotland. Today we've got the physio hat on again. Now, most people listen to this, and I'm probably not wrong in this, is you all drive. We all have to drive, probably to and from work, to and from the shops. Some people live in the country, they have to travel to town, and more people working from home these days indeed, but we still have to drive at some point. Now, one of the common things I found with people who have particularly chronic back pain is they find driving a bit of an issue. And the main reason for that is it doesn't matter how good the lumbar support is in your seat in your car. Majority of them are just not good enough. They're not strong enough. They're not firm enough. And with the best will in the world, as you're driving along and you're concentrating on what you're doing, concentrating on what you're seeing and the traffic, the people, etc., you're not really thinking about your body until it becomes uncomfortable. For some people that can be after a few moments. Some people it can be after 2-3 hours of driving. The problem is that your back just gets used to where you're being and you steadily slump down into the seat. And if the lumbar part of the back, that arch in the lower part of the back above the pelvis, doesn't have enough support, it slowly flexes and flexes and flexes. And as you're sitting, the spine gets compressed. The muscles start to push out the way and get stretched and stressed, and they just don't like it. Now, if you're driving for 2-3 hours, you know you get out of the car and you're quite stiff. Now, there are 2 or 3 things, quite simple things you can do, just to reduce the chance of getting a bad back when you're driving and reduce the chance of making the back that you do have worse than it already is. Apart from the obvious things like exercise, etc., that take you out with the car, what can you do within the car to actually make the journey more comfortable? So, first thing would be this here, headrest. If your car has a headrest that adjusts, get it pulled forward far enough so it's touching the back of your head. Now, you don't have to ram your head back against it, and that's going to cause you as many problems as it's going to sort, but you just need to have it touching the back of your head, and that's called a proprioceptive response, whereas you're just aware of the touch, you're just aware of the feeling of the headrest touching the back of your head. What that does, it just keeps your head up above your shoulders. As you're driving along and your head's not in the headrest, you'll find slowly and steadily the body starts to bend down and flex forward. Just as you get used to position, you get a little bit lazy, you might have cruise control on, you listen to the music, you're not paying attention. Whereas if you can keep the head just upright against the headrest, it's just keeping the head above the shoulders and reducing the strain. Second thing you can do is get one of these. And this is a lumbar roll. I've taken mine out just now, so my back's a bit uncomfortable. Now, I don't really have a bad back, but I have one of these in the car 24 hours a day, all the time. It just sits there. Now, they usually have a handy strap on the back that you can just strap around the seat. I find it sits in the wrong position on the chair or the seat if I do that. So I just have it sitting there against the seat. I jump in, I reach my hand behind, and I just hook it up into the lower part of my back, just where that arch is. This one's made of memory foam. There's many different types out there. I've always found the one that's a complete circle just a bit too much. So the main thing to keep in mind here is that everybody's back is different. Your back is not the same as anybody else's back. Some people have long backs and short legs, some people have short legs and long backs and short backs and long legs and long backs and etc, etc. We're all different, so you need to find what works for you. One of the best ways of doing that is to get a hand towel, roll it up in a sausage, stick it in your back in the car. Increase and expand and decrease, the size, the diameter of the roll until you find the one that works for you, the one that's most comfortable. That's the size, that's the diameter of lumbar roll that you want to get. I've always found the D shape's more comfortable. In the cold weather, the memory foam can feel like a bit like concrete to start with until your body warms up and then it forms down. Middle of summer like this, you lead straight into it, and it maintains that arch in your lower back. So if you combine those 2 things, your head against the headrest, the lumbar roll in your lower back, it's just going to encourage your body to have that nice S-shaped curve that it should have to maintain the position of the vertebrae and all the muscles in the right position. Third thing you can do is really simple. Just have more breaks. If you've got an 8-hour drive, don't drive for 8 hours. I mean, who can drive for 8 hours and needn't stop for the toilet or food anyway? Just every hour or so, have 5 minutes. Get out the car, walk around, stretch, ease the body off, just change the position. That's the key, just changing the position. Get back in, drive on for another hour, and you just repeat that every hour, and it just allows your body to get out of that flex, contracted squash position. Because with the best will in the world, as we're driving along, we just don't pay attention to our body. So just be more mindful. Headrest, lumbar roll, have more breaks. Simple and easy. Thanks for your time, and if you're watching us on Facebook, remember to like and share. If you're watching this on YouTube, click subscribe so you can get all the rest of the videos that are going to be coming out, and feel free to comment on anything, because we'll answer all questions, and especially with suggestions for future videos, because we want to give you the information that you need that's going to help you particularly and personally. So shout away, comment away, and look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for your time.